We may be seated. Thank you. Your Excellencies, heads of states and government from the BRICS member states, the honorable ministers present from BRICS member states, ladies and gentlemen of the media, welcome to this session, the session that will present the Johannesburg Declaration of the 15th BRICS Summit. President Ramaphosa will, as chair of the summit and of BRICS, will kick off with the opening statements, and thereafter the President will invite his counterparts and colleagues from the BRICS member states to also present their statement. I'd like to now invite President Ramaphosa to kick us off with the media statement. Mr. President.
Thank you, Program Director, Your Excellencies, and various guests who are here with us, members of the media, and leaders of various organizations. It is a pleasure to present to you two matters. The first is to inform and advise you that the BRICS leaders in the 15th BRICS Summit have, over the past 2 days, had occasion to have discussions both in a retreat form as well as in a proper official summit. And in the course of those discussions, have reached a conclusion to adopt the Johannesburg II Declaration. It's a declaration that encompasses and covers the various issues that the leaders had to decide on. These matters have been in discussion for over a year in various iterations and meetings, being prepared by our Sherpas and ministers in various meetings. And in the end, the declaration has now been adopted as Declaration 2, Johannesburg Declaration 2, and is adopted. And now we come to the media statement, which I will read out, and thereafter each one of the BRICS leaders will make a statement. We have successfully concluded the 15th BRICS Summit yesterday. It is the first BRICS Summit to be hosted in person since COVID-19 pandemic and the subsequent global travel restrictions. Leading up to the summit, there was a wide-ranging BRICS business forum attended by some 1,500 business people from BRICS countries as well as from other countries from around the globe. This business forum was aimed at attracting investment, promoting collaboration, and showcasing opportunities within South Africa, the African continent, and indeed BRICS countries as well. We had an opportunity to receive a report from the President of the New Development Bank, Dilma Rousseff, on the vision and the role of the bank and the role that it intends to play to support infrastructure and sustainable development in Africa and in the Global South. We celebrated the 10th anniversary of the establishment of the BRICS Business Council and welcome their report and the subsequent recommendations that they made to the leaders. We also welcomed the work of the BRICS Women's Business Alliance in their first in-person engagement with the BRICS leaders. We particularly welcomed the participation of youth representatives in the summit. We endorsed our expectations for the BRICS economic partnership to generate tangible benefits for our communities and deliver viable solutions for common challenges faced by the Global South. We shared our vision of BRICS as a champion of the needs and concerns of the peoples of the Global South. These include the need for beneficial economic growth, sustainable development, and the reform of multilateral systems. We reiterate our commitment to inclusive multilateralism and upholding international law, including the purposes and principles enshrined in the United Nations Charter. We are concerned about ongoing conflicts in many parts of the world. We stress our commitment to the peaceful resolution of differences and disputes through dialogue and inclusive consultation. The summit noted that an unbalanced recovery from the hardships of COVID-19 pandemic is exacerbating inequality across the world. We encourage multilateral financial institutions and international organizations to play a constructive role in building global consensus on economic policies. We have noted that there is global momentum for the use of local currencies, alternative financial arrangements, and alternative payment systems. As BRICS, we are ready to explore opportunities for improving the stability, reliability, and fairness of the global financial architecture. In this regard, BRICS leaders have tasked their finance ministers and central bank governors, as appropriate, to consider the issue of local currencies, payment instruments, and platforms, and to report back to the BRICS leaders by the next summit. This summit reaffirmed the importance of BRICS people-to-people exchanges in enhancing mutual understanding, friendship, and cooperation. The summit appreciates the progress made over the last year in the fields of media, culture, education, sports, arts, youth, civil society, and academic exchanges. We adopted the Johannesburg II Declaration, which reflects key BRICS messages on matters of global economic, financial, and political importance. It demonstrates the shared values and common interests that underlie our mutual beneficial cooperation as the 5 BRICS countries. BRICS itself is a diverse group of nations. It is an equal partnership of countries that have differing views but have a shared vision for a better world. As the 5 BRICS countries, we have reached agreement on the guiding principles, standards, criteria, and procedures of the BRICS expansion process, which has been in discussion for quite a while. We have consensus on the first phase of this expansion process, and other phases will follow. We have decided to invite the Argentine Republic, the Arab Republic of Egypt, the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates to become full members of BRICS. The membership will take effect from the 1st of January 2024. We value the interests of other countries in building a partnership with BRICS. We have tasked our foreign ministers to further develop the BRICS partner country model and a list of prospective partner countries and report by the next summit. Today, we will be hosting leaders from Africa and the Global South in the BRICS Africa Outreach and the BRICS Plus Dialogue. This is so that we can have an inclusive dialogue on key issues affecting developing economies and identify actions that we can take together towards a more equitable, inclusive, and representative world. May I conclude by thanking the leaders of Brazil, Russia, India, and China, together with their delegations, for participating in this most successful 15th BRICS Summit held in Johannesburg, South Africa. Through this summit, BRICS has embarked on a new chapter in its efforts to build a world that is fair, a world that is just, a world that is also inclusive and prosperous. I thank you. I'm now going to ask President Lula da Silva, President of Brazil, to be the first to speak, and thereafter I'll ask the others to follow. Thank you very much.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank especially President Ramaphosa and his team for the very warm hosting of the BRICS meeting and for the first face-to-face summit meeting at BRICS. I also would like to congratulate to the team of the foreign affairs ministers for all the extraordinary work that they did to conduct and the production of this declaration that we just signed here. The last time that I participated in a BRICS meeting was in 2010, and I am deeply very well impressed with the maturity of the BRICS and with the results that we managed to reach. In 2011,
conferiu maior representatividade geográfica ao contemplar uma das regiões que mais crescem no mundo. Muitos
most in the world. Many said that we were too much different so that we can forge a common view. The experience, nevertheless, demonstrates the contrary. Our diversity strengthens the fight for new international order that will accommodate pluralism in terms of geography, economy, and politics in the 21st century. In this world of transition, the BRICS offers us a source of creative solutions for the challenges that we face. The relevance of the BRICS is confirmed by the growing interest of other countries demonstrate to join our group. Amongst the many results of the summit we have today, I could stress the enhancement of the BRICS, including new members. As President Ramaphosa just said, it's with great pleasure that Brazil gives the welcome to the BRICS, to Saudi Arabia, to Argentina, to the new members, to Egypt, to the United Arab Emirates, to Ethiopia, and to Iran. Now, the GDP of the BRICS is going up to 37% of the world GDP in terms of purchasing power and 46% in terms of the world population. BRICS will continue open to new members, and for that we also approved criteria procedures for future members. We also approved the creation of a working group so that we can study the adoption of unit currency as reference for the BRICS. This measure could increase our options for means of payment and reduce our vulnerabilities. I would like to stress the decision that was made to the reform of the global governance, and especially in relationship to the UN Security Council. And last but not the least, I would dedicate a special message to my dear Alberto Fernandes, President of Argentina, a great friend of Brazil and of the developing world. We will continue to move forward side by side with our brothers Argentinians in another international forum. We will continue to advocate themes with direct impact of the quality of lives of our peoples, as fighting hunger, poverty, and inequality, and the promotion of sustainable development. We will promote the overcome of all ways of inequality that exists in the world, and that the BRICS will continue to be a driving force of a new international order that will have more failures, and an indispensable player to promote peace, to promote multilateralism, and in the defense of the international order and rule. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Lula da Silva, for your statement. It now gives me a privilege to ask President Vladimir Putin, President of the Russian Federation, to speak.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, dear friends, dear colleagues, just like other participants of today's event, I would like to thank our South African friends for the efforts they have made during our joint work.
Должен отметить, что, как выяснилось, эта работа была непростой, и президент Рамафоза проявил удивительное дипломатическое искусство при согласовании всех позиций, касающихся расширения BRICS. Только что бразильский коллега, президент Лула да Сильва, некоторые моменты отметил наиболее важные для всех нас, среди которых я выделил бы, конечно, вопросы расчетной валюты единой. Это сложный вопрос, но мы так или иначе будем двигаться по решению этих проблем. И второе, это касается организации расчетов между нашими странами в сфере экономической деятельности. Хотел бы поздравить новых наших членов, которые в полноформатном масштабе будут работать в следующем году. И хочу заверить всех коллег, что мы будем продолжать то дело, которое мы сегодня с вами начали по расширению влияния БРИКС в мире. Имею в виду налаживание практической работы с новыми членами организации и с теми, кто будет работать в сфере БРИКС в качестве аутрич, с нашими партнерами, которые так или иначе уделяют внимание сотрудничеству с нашей организацией и хотели бы с нами вместе работать. Мы относимся к этому с вниманием и большим уважением и обязательно наладим эту работу. Конечно, в контакте со всеми партнерами будем советоваться, как эту работу организовать, и в ходе этих совместных дискуссий на уровне министров иностранных дел, других ведомств выстроим соответствующий регламент с тем, чтобы роль и значение БРИКС в мире продолжало расти. Большое спасибо.
Thank you, President Putin, for your statement. We now call upon Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. I asked him this morning whether the lunar module is still firmly on the ground on the moon, and he said yes. So yesterday we congratulated India for landing a lunar model on the moon. So maybe he'll be outlining the scientific aspects of how the lunar model is going to proceed forward. Prime Minister.
Excellencies,
मीडिया के साथियों,
friends from the media,
नमस्कार।
Namaskar.
सबसे पहले मैं
First of all,
राष्ट्रपति
I would like
मेरे
to
मित्र रामाफोसा जी
commend
को
my friend
इस BRICS
President
समिट के सफल
Ramaphosa
आयोजन के लिए
for the successful
बहुत-बहुत बधाई
organization of
उनका
this
अभिनंदन
summit.
करता हूं।
I congratulate him for this. I am very pleased
दिन की इस
that
बैठक से
this three-day
कई
meeting
सकारात्मक
has
परिणाम
had many positive
सामने आए हैं।
outcomes.
हमने ब्रिक्स की 15वीं
On
वर्षगांठ
the
पर
15th anniversary
इसका विस्तार
of
करने का
BRICS, we have
महत्वपूर्ण
taken
फैसला लिया
the
है।
important decision to
जैसा मैंने
expand
कल
it.
कहा था,
As I had said yesterday,
भारत ने
India
ब्रिक्स की सदस्यता में विश्वास
has
विस्तार का
always
हमेशा से
fully
पूरी तरह
supported
समर्थन
the
किया है।
expansion of BRICS membership.
भारत का ये मत रहा है
India has always
कि
believed
नए सदस्यों के
that
जुड़ने से
the addition of
BRICS
new members
एक संगठन के रूप में
will
मजबूत
further strengthen
तथा
BRICS as an
हमारे
organization,
सभी साझा
and
प्रयासों
it
को
will give
एक
our
नया
shared
बल
efforts
देने वाला
a
है।
new impetus.
इस कदम से
This
विश्व
will
के अनेक
also
देशों का
strengthen
मल्टीपोलर वर्ल्ड ऑर्डर
the
में
belief of
विश्वास
many countries
और
in the world
सुदृढ़ होगा।
in a multipolar
मुझे
world
खुशी है
order. I am
कि
pleased
हमारी टीम्स ने
that our
मिलकर
teams have together
एक्सपांशन के
agreed on
Guiding
the guiding
principles,
principles,
स्टैंडर्ड्स,
standards,
क्राइटेरिया
criteria,
और प्रोसीड्यूर पर
and procedures
सहमति बनाई है
for the expansion.
और इनके आधार पर
And on the basis of
आज हम
these,
अर्जेंटीना,
we have agreed
इजिप्ट,
to welcome into
Iran,
BRICS Argentina,
Saudi Arab,
Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran,
और यूएई का
Saudi Arabia, and the
ब्रिक्स में
UAE.
स्वागत करने के लिए सहमत हुए हैं। सबसे पहले
First of all,
मैं इन देशों के
I would
लीडर्स
like to
और
convey
वहाँ के नागरिकों
my
को
heartfelt congratulations to
बधाई देता
the
हूँ।
leaders and people
मुझे
of
विश्वास
these
है
countries.
कि इन देशों के साथ
I'm
मिलकर
confident that
हम
together
अपने
with
सहयोग
these
को
countries, we
एक
will
नई
be
गति
able to infuse
और
new
नई ऊर्जा
momentum
देंगे।
and new energy into our
भारत के इन
cooperation.
सभी देशों के साथ
India has had
बहुत ही गहरे संबंध
very
हैं,
deep
बहुत
and
ही
historic
ऐतिहासिक संबंध
relations
हैं।
with all of these
ब्रिक्स
countries.
की मदद से
With the help
हमारे
of BRICS,
द्विपक्षीय सहयोग में
new dimensions
नए
will
आयाम
be added to
अवश्य
our
जुड़ेंगे।
bilateral cooperation
जिन
also.
अन्य देशों ने भी
For the other countries
ब्रिक्स से
that
जुड़ने की
have
अभिलाषा
expressed a
व्यक्त की
desire
है,
to join BRICS,
भारत उनको भी
India will
पार्टनर कंट्रीज के रूप में
contribute
जुड़ने के लिए
towards building
consensus
a
बनाने में
consensus for
योगदान
them to
देगा।
be a part of BRICS as partner
Friends,
countries. Friends,
ब्रिक्स का विस्तार
the expansion
एवं आधुनिकरण
and modernization
इस
of
बात का
BRICS
संदेश है
is a
कि
message
विश्व के सभी
that
इंस्टीट्यूशंस को
all institutions in the
बदलते
world
समय की परिस्थितियों के अनुरूप
hold themselves
ढलना
according
चाहिए।
to changing times.
ये एक ऐसी पहल है
This is an
जो
initiative
20वीं सदी में
that can be
स्थापित
an example
अन्य ग्लोबल
for
इंस्टीट्यूशंस
reforms
के रिफॉर्म के लिए
in other
एक
global institutions
मिसाल
that
बन
were
सकता है।
established in the 20th century.
फ्रेंड्स,
Friends,
अभी
just
मेरे मित्र रामाफोसा
as
जी ने
my friend President Ramaphosa
भारत के मून
mentioned
मिशन को लेकर के
about the moon mission
ढेरों
of
बधाइयां दी
India, there were so many
और मैं
words of
यहाँ
congratulations.
कल से अनुभव कर रहा
And
हूँ
since yesterday,
हर
I
किसी
have
से
been here and
बधाइयां मिल
have
रही हैं
received so many
और
words of
दुनिया
congratulations
भर में
from
भी
everybody and all across the world. In fact,
इस सफलता को
this success
एक देश की सीमित सफलता के रूप में नहीं,
is not
लेकिन
to be
पूरी
viewed
मानव
as
जात
a
की एक
success
महत्वपूर्ण
of
सफलता
one
के रूप
single
में
country.
स्वीकार
It is
किया
the
जा रहा है।
success. It
ये
is
हम
being
सभी
accepted
लोगों
as
के
the
लिए
success of
अत्यंत
all
गर्व का विषय है
mankind. It is a
और
matter
भारत
of
के
great
वैज्ञानिकों
pride for
पूरे
us
विश्व की तरफ से
and for
अभिनंदन का
the
अवसर
Indian
है।
scientists. It's a time for appreciation
Friends,
and being commended from all across
कल
the world.
शाम
Friends,
भारत के
last evening,
चंद्रयान ने
India's Chandrayaan
चांद के दक्षिण
successfully
ध्रुव पर
made a soft
सॉफ्ट
landing
लैंडिंग की।
on the south pole of
ये
the
केवल
moon.
भारत के लिए ही नहीं,
As I said,
बल्कि
this
पूरे विश्व के
is a
वैज्ञानिक
great
समुदाय के
achievement,
लिए
not only for India,
एक बहुत
but
बड़ी
also
उपलब्धि है।
for the scientific community all
और
over the world. And
जिस क्षेत्र में
the area
भारत ने अपना टारगेट तय किया था,
which was identified
वहाँ
as
पहले
a target
कभी
by India is an
कोई
area
प्रयास नहीं हुआ है
where no efforts were
और ये
made
प्रयास
for
सफल
landing
हुआ
so
है।
far, and
तो बड़ा
this
difficult
effort
terrain के
has
ऊपर
been successful. In fact, the terrain
विज्ञान हमें
is
पहुंचा पाया है।
very difficult, and
ये अपने
science
आप
was
में
able to lead us to
विज्ञान
that
की
terrain.
वैज्ञानिकों
So
की
I
बड़ी
believe
सफलता
that
है।
this is a success
इस
of
ऐतिहासिक
science,
अवसर
the
पर
success of our scientists.
आप सबकी तरफ से
On this very historic
मुझे
occasion, I have
भारत को,
received, India
भारत के
has
वैज्ञानिकों को
received, Indian
और
scientists
दुनिया की
have received,
वैज्ञानिक
and,
कम्युनिटी को
the
जो बधाई के
entire
संदेश मिले हैं,
scientific world
मैं सार्वजनिक
of,
रूप से
the entire world
आप सबका
has received
मेरी
congratulatory
तरफ से,
messages and
मेरे
notes.
देशवासियों
I
की
would
तरफ से
like to thank
और
all
मेरे
of you,
वैज्ञानिकों की
not
तरफ
only
से
from myself,
बहुत
but from
बहुत
all
धन्यवाद
Indians,
करता हूँ।
and
Thank
also
you.
on behalf of the scientists, of my Indian scientists. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister Modi. It now gives me the pleasure to ask President Xi Jinping, President of the People's Republic of China, to make his statement.
President Ramaphosa, colleagues, friends from the press, I am pleased to join you here. At the outset, I wish to thank President Ramaphosa and the South African government for the thoughtful arrangements they made for the BRICS summit.